Born in the heart of the African savanna, life is far from easy. Imagine being thrust into a world where the welcome party isn't gentle. No soft beds, no lullabies, no time to ease into existence. The harsh open grasslands are your first home, teeming with predators and dangers lurking in the distance. The moment you open your eyes, there's no cozy den awaiting you. Instead, it's a world full of threats, and you've got one job: survive. Your first sight is the vast open expanse of the savanna. Your mother, a lioness, nudges you to stand, and from the get-go, you understand the urgency. There's no time for uncertainty or hesitation. You've just opened your eyes to the harsh reality of life, and it's not waiting for you to catch up. You're wobbly on your legs, struggling to find your balance, and everything inside you screams to stay still. But there's no luxury in that. The savanna doesn't allow for weakness. Your first lesson is clear: keep moving or become someone else's lunch. Your first few steps are shaky, unsure, but in the savanna, you can't afford to be uncertain. Your legs may be weak and your hooves may slip, but you manage to steady yourself. The sun beats down relentlessly, and the air is thick with the smell of dust, grass, and the faint, ever-present scent of danger. In those early moments, you feel small and vulnerable, but as you take your first steps and your legs begin to strengthen, you realize there's a rhythm to this place. You start to understand that survival in the savanna isn't just about speed or strength. It's about learning the rules of the land. Your legs become stronger, your senses sharpen, and with each day, you become more aware of the dangers that could be lurking around the corner. As you grow older, you learn that your life as a young cub isn't as carefree as you imagined. Every day brings new challenges. The savanna is full of life, but it's also a place where only the strongest thrive. You begin to understand that in order to survive, you must develop the instincts of a predator. Your mother starts teaching you how to hunt. The first lessons are simple, but crucial: how to move silently through the grass, how to stalk your prey, and how to use the terrain to your advantage. Every mistake comes with consequences, and the consequences here can be deadly. But it's not just about hunting. Life in the savanna is about asserting your place in the food chain. It's about establishing your dominance, protecting your pride, and fighting for what's yours. The first real test of your strength comes when you face a rival. A young male from a neighboring pride challenges you for dominance. It's not a simple contest. It's a battle for survival. The fight is intense, a brutal display of raw strength. Your muscles burn, your heart races, but you fight with everything you have. Every strike, every move, every roar is a statement of intent. This is your pride, your land, and you will protect it at any cost. And just like that, you've made your mark. You're no longer the naive cub you once were. You've survived the fight and claimed your place in the pride. The world begins to feel different. You're stronger, faster, and more aware of the power that you hold. But that power comes with responsibility. Now you must protect your pride, defend your territory, and ensure that the younger lions have a chance to grow strong. You begin to understand that being a leader is about more than just brute force. It's about strategy, patience, and the willingness to fight when necessary. In the years that follow, you continue to grow. Your body becomes more powerful, your senses more acute. You are no longer the young lion trying to find your place in the world. You've become a force to be reckoned with, a lion whose presence commands respect. But with that respect comes a new set of challenges. Other males challenge you for control of your pride, and as the years go by, you start to feel the weight of your age. Your once boundless energy begins to fade, and your body starts to show signs of wear and tear. The days of easy victories are behind you, and now you must defend your title, your pride, and your legacy with every ounce of strength you have left. But even as your strength wanes, you know that your legacy will live on. Your cubs will grow strong, just as you did, and one day they will take over the pride. This is the way of the savanna. Life is cyclical, and the torch is passed from one generation to the next. As you grow older, you begin to realize that the time for you to lead is coming to an end. The younger lions are rising, and soon they will challenge you for your place. You know this is inevitable, and although you will fight to the end, deep down, you understand that this is the way of the wild. As you age, you start to slow down. Your once quick reflexes are no longer as sharp, and your strength is not what it used to be. The young stallions who once feared you now see you as a threat, and one day, the inevitable happens. A younger, stronger male challenges you for your pride. The fight is brutal, but you know deep down that you are no longer the lion you once were. The younger male knocks you down, and the pride moves on with him. You've lost your place at the top, but you know that this is the natural order of things. The savanna is a place of constant change, where only the strong survive. You've lived a long and hard life, and while you may have lost your pride, you understand that your story is far from over. You may no longer lead, but your legacy will live on in the cubs you've raised and the pride you once protected. The cycle of life continues, and as the sun sets over the African plains, you know that you've played your part in the grand, beautiful, and brutal chaos of the savannah. As the years stretch on, you find your strength waning. The once powerful lion who could challenge and defeat any rival now feels the weight of his age in every step. Your once mighty roars are softer, and your once sturdy muscles now ache with each movement. The young males that once revered you now look at you with eyes that see an opportunity for leadership, not a mentor. You've reached the twilight of your reign, but that doesn't mean you're ready to surrender just yet. The savannah has always been a place of constant motion, an endless game of survival, strength, and dominance. You've fought, you've led, and you've watched as your pride grew and flourished under your protection. But now, the cycle of life is forcing you to step aside. The young lions that once learned from you have grown stronger, and now they too seek their place in the sun. They challenge you, not out of malice, but out of the need to prove themselves, as you once did. They know that leadership must be earned, and the pride can no longer be held by one whose strength has diminished. Your first battle against one of these younger males is a harsh reminder of your mortality. He's fast, agile, and filled with the raw strength of youth, while you are weighed down by the years of experience you carry. The fight is not as fierce as the battles of your prime, but it is brutal. The clash of claws, the snapping of jaws, it's all too familiar, yet your body can't move as quickly as it once did. He lands a blow to your side, knocking you to the ground. You struggle to rise, but your limbs feel heavy, your breath labored. Despite your best efforts, it's clear that your time has passed. The young male claims victory, and with it, the pride. But you don't fight for the pride anymore. You've fought for years, and you know when it's time to relinquish control. The pride shifts under the new leader's rule, and you are left to wander the savannah, a shadow of your former self. Without your pride to protect and guide, life becomes a solitary existence. The once dominant lion who commanded the respect of all now becomes a solitary traveler, drifting through the endless grasslands, watching the younger lions take charge. Though the loss of your pride is painful, it's not the end. The savannah is still full of life, and you know the rules of survival haven't changed. The circle of life continues. But now, you find yourself on the outside looking in, as the new pride leader takes control. You are no longer the lion that others look up to for guidance and strength. Now, you are simply a lion in the twilight of his life, watching as others continue the cycle you once dominated. The change is not easy. The savannah has always been your home, and you've always known where you stood in it. But now, you find yourself wandering alone, unsure of where your place is. The days of pride and glory are over. You know your time is coming to an end, but there is no glory in this final chapter. You are no longer the king of the savannah. You are simply a part of the cycle that turns endlessly, just as it always has. As the months go by, your physical condition worsens. You grow slower, your once sharp reflexes dulled by age. The young lions that once looked up to you now see you as nothing more than a relic of a time long past. You can still hunt, but it's no longer as easy as it once was. Your prey is no longer easily taken down, and your stamina is limited. You know that you are living on borrowed time, but the savannah doesn't care. It moves on, as it always has, indifferent to the life of any single lion, no matter how strong or powerful they once were. One evening, as the sun sets over the horizon, you see a pride of lions in the distance. They are young, strong, and full of life. They are the future of the savannah, the new generation that will carry on the legacy of the lions. You watch them from afar, knowing that they are the ones who will inherit this land. You can feel your strength fading, and you know that you are no longer a part of their world. You have fought for your place in the savannah, and now it is time for you to pass on, just as the cycle demands. The night comes, and you feel yourself slowing down. The sounds of the savannah are distant now, muffled by the heavy weight of your body and the fatigue that has settled into your bones. You find a quiet place to rest, away from the others, and close your eyes. You are no longer the powerful lion who once ruled these plains. You are no longer the leader, the protector, or the fighter. You are simply another creature in the vast, unending circle of life. As you take your final breath, you realize that you have lived a full life. You have fought, you have led, and you have survived. Your legacy will live on in your cubs, in the pride you once led, and in the lessons you taught. The savannah will continue, as it always has, and the lions will keep roaring, even if your roar is no longer part of the chorus. The lion's life, like all life in the savannah, is a cycle, one of power, struggle, and change. You came into this world with the strength to lead, and you leave it knowing that the circle continues, that the savanna will keep turning, that your legacy will live on. The young lions will take their place, and the cycle will repeat itself. Your story may have come to an end, but it is just another chapter in the unbroken, unyielding march of time that shapes the natural world. In the end, the lion's legacy is not defined by strength alone, but by the ability to adapt, to fight, to protect, and to lead, even when the end is near. You have played your part, and the savanna will continue to honor your memory, even as new leaders rise to take your place. Your final moments may have been quiet, but they were no less significant than the roaring battles of your youth. You have proven that in the vast, wild beauty of the savanna, every lion has a role to play, and every life, no matter how fleeting, is a part of the grand, eternal circle. And as the sun dips below the horizon and the night blankets the savanna, you can rest in the knowledge that your story, your strength, and your legacy will echo through the winds of time, long after the lions that come after you